No other sport starts with the biggest event of the year, but stock car racing is not like any other sport. Today, the ARCA Series starts the 2004 season on the high banks of the most hallowed place in motorsports, Daytona. For those wanting to climb the ladder, this is where they make their mark. Just ask last year's winner, Chase Montgomery, who now has a full-time Craftsman Truck Series ride. Famous names like Ryan Newman, Kyle Petty, Benny Parsons, Mike Wallace, and Joe Ruttman, all past winners here. For others, a win here could be the crowning achievement in their racing careers, a lasting testament to achieving the ultimate goal, a trip to victory lane here at Daytona. 41 drivers are strapped in, ready to make their dream come true in the Super Bowl for this series. It's the ARCA RE Series season opener from Daytona, next on Speed. The boys and girls of ARCA are set to rock your socks off today with the Advanced Discount Auto Parts 200 at the World Center of Speed. So let's not waste any more time and get trackside with Ray Dunlap.
Well, thank you, Bob. You know, we've got a really great field of cars here for today's race. Whenever you look at the front row, though, you got to talk about Kyle Busch. 1 year ago in this series, Kyle Busch won 2 races. But here's the objective at Hendrick Motorsports: win the pole, lead every lap, and win the race. Well, Kyle Busch is going to have to settle for just 2 of those 3 things today, because he will start second today at Daytona. But that's a pretty good number at this racetrack. Actually, it's the best. Second place has won at this track 9 different times. But he did not win the pole because that went to the number 5 of Bobby Gerhart. Gerhart in the Lucas Oil Chevrolet has been great at this racetrack. Matter of fact, he may put more effort into this one race than any other team. With 2 victories at Daytona and 1 at Talladega, Bobby Gerhart is ARCA's Mr. Restrictor Plate. But guess what? In the last 25 races here at Daytona, the pole winner has only won 2 times.
With 5 series championships on his ARCA RE/MAX resume and well over 7,000 laps led, Frank Kimmel is without question king of the hill here in Arcaville. He's won everywhere except the crown jewel, Daytona. Frank Kimmel, what's it going to take to change all that?
Hopefully this Advanced Auto Parts Ford Taurus has got enough to do it today. You know, I tell you what, Don, this is all about racetrack and race car here, and you know, we just haven't brought the best race cars here lately, but this weekend we've had a very, very good race car all weekend. Get in line with these young kids. Bobby's going to lead the way, and we're just going to see what we come up with at the end.
Billy Venturini started last year's race here at Daytona on the outside pole. This year he starts 35th because his qualifying time was disallowed. Billy, starting so deep in the pack, how much patience does it take you to get up front?
Well, I guess it's going to dictate on what kind of people I have pushing me or who I'm following. But I think this race car is going to get to the front in pretty good hurry. It's been pretty fast all week, and you know, it's the 6th fastest car in qualifying, and hopefully it won't take a whole bunch of time. But the crowd's going to be a heck of a show, hopefully.
Venturini's mission: get up front, do it fast. Now back to you guys upstairs.
Well, thanks, Lindsay. I'm Bob Dillner. Alongside of me, Winston Cup veteran, now Nextel Cup star. That's right, Nextel Cup star, Kenny Schrader. And Kenny, we got a lot of stories to follow today, so how about we cut right to the chase?
Well, let's get going. There are a lot of them.
There are. The young and the restless, we're calling it here. A lot of young kids. And check out this, 18 years old, Kyle Busch on the outside pole. But what I think is impressive is all the kids 25 and younger in the top 15.
Well, most definitely, you know, those owners look for those young kids because they know they are the future. Still got a lot of good veterans in here, and we got a couple females in here that are going to run good today.
That's right, we do. Some of the older dudes in the field: Frank Kimmel, the 5-time champ, and pole sitter Bobby Gerhart. Of course, you know Greg Sachs used to run with him for a long, long time in the Winston Cup Series.
Former Winston Cup winner.
That's right, exactly. Darrell Basham will round out the field here today, but a lot of these guys know how to get the job done.
Oh, they really do, and a lot of them have been here for a number of years. You know, that Frank Kimmel story is just kind of like Dale Earnhardt Sr. here. He's only going to win all those races and go so long without winning a race here. But looking at those ages, I don't think those guys were that old.
Exactly, and take a look at these 2 hot ladies, Kim Crosby in today's field and Christy Passmore, and she has really turned a lot of heads here in ARCA competition. We're getting set for the green flag next here at Daytona on Speed.
And now, let's welcome back Mike Colby Drivers, start your engines.
You can feel the vibration already up here in the booth as the ARCA RE Series gets set to do battle in the Advanced Discount Auto Parts 200 here at Daytona.
You'd expect a luxury sedan to have aerodynamic lines. But Lexus engineers went a step further. Dimpled panel.
Speed Channel's coverage of the ARCA RE Series is brought to you by RE/MAX. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. And by Gladiator Garage Works by Whirlpool Corporation. Gladiator Garage Works, it's time to rethink the garage. Live here at Daytona, and we're going to go right to the RE/MAX starting grid. A contrast of ages, as we told you, Bobby Gerhart and Kyle Busch on the front row. But I think the guy you got to look at is Paul Menard there. He won the October Talladega ARCA race, and he's looking pretty good. Clint Boyer there, the RCR prodigy. He will be running some Busch races this year in the 21 car. Ryan Hemphill and AJ Hendrickson, a really hot shot type of kid out of the late model ranks of the Southeast. Brent Sherman, a championship contender, and Mike Langston right there. But the girl I want to talk about, Christy Passmore. Last year she turned a lot of heads in the ARCA RE Series.
She ran 5th in the fall race at Talladega last year, solid top 10 in points last year at all the tracks. So she is definitely one to be reckoned with.
And of course, she's in the Bob Schacht car, and that's always a good car in the ARCA RE Series. Greg Sachs, as you said, he knows how to win here at Daytona. Kim Crosby, one of the girls, and AJ Fike, a USAC midget star in today's field, running for Rookie of the Year. TJ Bell and Brack Maggart, part of the Andy Belmont stables here in the ARCA RE Series. Wayne Anderson, he's a two-time NASCAR Southeast champion. And Larry Hollenbeck. Jeff Kendall, another one of those NASCAR touring guys out of the Midwest Series. And Mark Gibson, he knows how to get the job done, a 4-time winner here in the ARCA RE Series. Andy Hillenberg, I think he's done well in one of your cars here, Kenny.
He won for us won this race for us several years ago, and also won the championship as a car owner. So AJ Fike can draw a lot of experience there.
Row 16, Jason Jarrett, want to talk about him? He qualified really poorly, Kenny.
They've been struggling getting that car up to speed, but he is an experienced driver and knows how to draft, and he will be able to draft his way up towards the front pretty easy.
And you know Billy Venturini will be making his way to the front too.
Well, I would say that Jarrett will be waiting for Venturini to come and then be latching on.
David Reagan, 18 years old, also in today's field. Darrell Basham, and rounding out the field, Todd Boucher, one of the regulars here, Dynamite Dude in the number 21 car.